So this video was made possible by my awesome patron, Kappa Magustus. Thank you so much. So Kappa wanted to know what would happen if Metal Knight fought Groribas. And yeah, pretty random matchup, but hey, sometimes the fun ones are just ones that you wouldn't really think about. So let's get the disaster levels out of the way. In the data book, Groribas is stated to be straight up dragon level, and that makes sense because he is one of Boros' generals. Metal Knight, on the other hand, we don't get a disaster level on him, of course, because he's a hero. But in my opinion, from what we've actually seen from him so far, at least combat wise, he's like around demon level, meaning that like one of those Metal Knight robots, the Knight or whatever, it's somewhere demon. I don't think it's a dragon. Nothing really ever showed me that it was dragon. And then also being said, Metal Knight has never really defeated a dragon. So does that mean that he can't defeat a dragon? I would say no, it's probably quite the opposite. And I'll get into that. But let's just say hypothetically for this matchup that Metal Knight sends one of his Knight drones after Groribas. Now, what would just happen in that one isolated incident? I think it's fair to say Groribas would probably completely wreck just one of them. He is a dragon after all, and he's stated to be, I guess, the strongest warrior that Boros has. Does that mean that he's stronger than Grugenshoop? I don't know, is Grugenshoop technically a warrior? I actually talked about this in my Groribas video. Maybe he's #1 in Boros' army in terms of strength. I don't know, but I think it's definitely heavily implied that he's at least stronger than Melzergard, who was a savage beast in his own right, even without the regeneration stuff. And we can't forget about the data book stating that he is a dragon, so we don't really have to guess about that stuff. So it's also said that, like, I guess his main method of attack is acid somewhat, and we don't get to see him do it in the series, but we do see it somewhat, like when Saitama takes his head off. Now, can that acid melt Metal Knight's robot? I don't know. We haven't really ever seen his durability on display like that. We've hardly even really seen his durability at all. The only time that he's really been damaged, I guess, was when he got pieced up by Orochi's horn, but we only really heard about that and saw the end result of it. But then again, that is Orochi's horn. It's not like acid or anything. But we do see Deep Sea King spit his acid on Genos. Now, Deep Sea King is a demon, and Genos, at that point in the story, maybe structurally weaker than a Metal Knight drone. I don't know, hard to say, but maybe it's somewhat relative, possibly. But if we do go from like Deep Sea King demon level acid to Groribas dragon level acid, then would it be enough to melt Metal Knight's drone? Probably. Maybe, but even if the acid couldn't get the job done, I assume that like his bitey hands could probably, you know, cut through him. I mean, if Orochi's horns could do it, I mean, Boros' strongest warrior, self-proclaimed, probably could get the job done too. But while we're on Orochi and Groribas, let me also put out there some, I guess you could say, interesting connective tissue. And this was said on a live stream by Murata a few years ago, and he is the artist of the One Punch Man manga. Keep that in mind. He said that if the three generals under Boros work together against Orochi, if they planned it properly, they could have a very minimal chance of winning, almost next to nothing. Now, like I said, he's just the artist. It's not exactly gospel what he's saying here, even though some people do like to think that it is. But I guess this is the closest somewhat to one telling us that somebody on Groribas' level with the assistance of two other strong dragons have like absolutely no chance against Orochi, who also, I guess in this scenario, shares an opponent with Metal Knight, like what we talked about. Now, it obviously doesn't go into detail about how, you know, Orochi is going to defeat them, but I'm assuming that he's going to use more effort than just using his horn. But like, does this statement diminish Groribas' strength, or does it raise Metal Knight's? So I guess it's safe to say that Groribas would definitely solo one of Metal Knight's drones. But also, we don't really know what Groribas' durability is like. He's only taken a punch from Saitama, which took his head off. But we do know that Metal Knight has those crazy missiles, which didn't hurt Elder Centipede and didn't hurt the Meteor, but they did seem to have some serious power behind them. So could Groribas take those missiles? I don't know, but if I was betting on this fight, you know, just 1v1, I would say that it's more likely that Groribas would win. He'd be the betting favorite. Now, going further into Metal Knight, going back to what I was saying about can he defeat a dragon, I think it's extremely likely that he could. for multiple reasons. So first of all, in the data book, it says that he has at least 100 of the Metal Knight drones. So just imagine a swarm of those things. Would that be enough to overcome Groribas? Or then could Groribas still defeat 100 of those, or at least 100 of those? But another thing is that Psychos, you know, back in chapter 84, says that Metal Knight is only one of 4 S-class heroes who could defeat Elder Centipede. So clearly not just talking about the Metal Knight drone, because that couldn't really do anything to Elder Centipede. So Psychos either knows what Metal Knight is truly capable of in a combat-wise, or is just giving him the benefit of the doubt like a lot of us do, because clearly we haven't seen the full potential of Metal Knight, not even close to it. I mean, I think it would be a little ridiculous to think that he doesn't have anything stronger than the Metal Knight drone that we've seen so far. I assume that he has at least dragon level robots, or maybe even above dragon level robots possibly. I mean, look at the construction that he done on the Hero Association. It was estimated to take 10 years. He did it in a week. We saw like his AT-AT Walker construction robot, which wasn't really a battle robot, but still it kind of shows you what he can do if he really wants. Like, not even Tank Top Master could do anything to that thing, and it is Tank Top Master, but he is an S-class hero after all. So even if we want to say that 100 of the drones that the databook confirms for him to at least have, if that can't defeat Groribas, like just all those missiles coming at him, think about that, that would be crazy. If he could somehow tank those or avoid those and then just chomp through all of them, acid on all of them, and get through that somehow, then I still don't think that he'd be able to get through the full potential of Metal Knight, especially since Psycho says that Metal Knight can defeat Elder Centipede. I think it's fair to say that Elder Centipede is stronger than Groribas in more ways than one. So is it unfair to say that Metal Knight would win just because of that one statement? Maybe. But going back to everything we just talked about with Metal Knight, I think he's clearly the stronger one here. And we're already, you know, speculating with Groribas enough, because he doesn't really even have any feats. At least Metal Knight has some tangible feats here. But I'll say that the winner of the speculation war is Metal Knight for sure. Like Groribas, like we already said, he'll win a few battles here possibly, but the war is ultimately going to be won by Metal Knight. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we got some serious Groribas stands out there. Let me know in the comments what you think about this matchup. Do you think Groribas would win against the full potential of Metal Knight, or maybe the full potential of Metal Knight isn't as extravagant as we think it is? Anyway, let me know. If you like the video, guys, please give it a like, and also please subscribe. Try to reach 100K by the end of the year. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. We'll see what happens. I also have a Patreon, Twitch. I got stuff. Please check them out, and also have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.